Well, I was wrong. You get when you let your heart win. Whoa, whoa.
You gonna learn today.
Yo, what's up? Here we go again. If I remember it right, this band got into my radar when I was in junior high school, and at the time, songs like My Heart, The Only Exception, as well as The Code were really popular back then, but I didn't really listen to those since I was into Fall Out Boy as well as Panic at the Disco at the time, but that's for another video. Anyway, a couple years later, I met this girl in senior high school who was really into this band's music, so your boy wanted to impress her because I'm a simp. So I studied some of the songs such as Hate to See Your Heart Break, Still Into You, as well as Crush Crush Crush, and in the middle of practicing those songs I was like,
hey, that's pretty good.
So yeah, I mean, she's my girlfriend now, and I really feel like I should be giving this album a tribute or something since it was such a big factor. And yeah, we're gonna go check it out, and you guys are gonna come along with me. So with the name of the album as well as its cover art, the only word that keeps popping into my head is the word angst. Yeah, puberty and eyeliners, let's go. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing just screams.
If you love me, let me.
So yeah, before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And if you guys would like me to react to anything else, just songs, music albums, music videos, all of that stuff, just comment it down below as well. And I'll try to do it for you. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just get this thing going. So first up, we have For a Pessimist, I'm Pretty Optimistic. If I'm broken-hearted right now, this song should be one of my anthems. And what I like about this song is that even though it's basically a breakup song, it doesn't really fit that stereotype of like,
oh, how could you do this to me? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, I wanna take her back.
Why did you leave me?
It doesn't really fit that energy. It's more of like, yep, you broke up with me. It was not my fault for trusting you, it's your fault for breaking it. And yeah, I mean, I really like the song's approach when it comes to breakups, especially when it's the other person who's trying to initiate the breakup. I mean, even though the faults for a breakup isn't really usually one-sided, it's pretty nice to know that you're gonna be there to pick up after yourself, being able to set up these boundaries and having this self-love and like self-respect for yourself. Yeah man, I mean, it's a pretty good track. They didn't even put an intro track in this album or something, they just went straight for it. Now this next track is called No Sir. Now I'm just playing with you. If you haven't heard this song already, you're missing out. And once you've heard that first drum hit on the track, you'll know.
You gonna learn today.
No sir, I don't wanna be to blame, but why do you like to hurt so much? Okay. I feel like at some point almost all singers back in the day do this when they're singing. The thing with the push. Well, I was wrong. You get when you let your heart win. Whoa, whoa. Now for the message of this track, I really feel like this one is a sequel to the first track that we've listened to a while ago. So it's kind of like the aftermath or like the thoughts that come after once the relationship is finally over. I mean, I get it. Moving on from a relationship is really difficult, especially when you've invested a lot of time in it and the commitment is really serious. So there's no rush, take your time with it. But deep down, you also have to realize that when it's finally time to move on and let go, and the pain is not really there, as well as the feelings that you have for that person, you'd really have to let go of it and just move on for the most part, since it's not gonna give you much purpose later on in life. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have to say that the song was great, right? I mean, you've seen the video. So next up, we have Hallelujah. Let's go listen to it. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd be saying that this song is pretty much the third part of the story that the first two tracks were narrating. So it's like the track is saying that the couple is getting back together. I mean, sure, that works for some relationships, but there are some couples out there who doesn't really see it as an opportunity to like correct their mistakes when they've been together in the past. They're kind of like just being in there for like a last minute revenge or something, or like just trying to one up another again. But if we were to take a step back, the message of this song is pretty vague in my opinion. It's pretty general. It could apply from like you achieving your dreams or like your career. This band's relationship, for example, I mean, with a bit of hindsight, we have seen some history of this band's members coming and going, as well as Hailey doing her own side project thing. But there's also been some speculations or rumors in the internet that they're planning to make another album in the future, so that's pretty good. Now this next track probably doesn't need an introduction. Have you seen her performance in Japan? So cute. Anyway. Whoa, I never meant to brag, but I got it where I want it now. I feel like this song encapsulates what the whole album's about. It's just straight up teenage angst. I mean, even the music video shows that, where they're just kind of like stealing each other's boyfriends. The guy isn't even that good looking, like what the fuck. And yeah, I really feel like this song is one of those that just really highlights Hayley Williams' vocal ability pretty much, from like just how versatile it is, from like being smooth and soft sounding to like raspy growlings and all of that stuff. I mean, it's just pretty good. I mean, even the rappers that we have now, like Lil Uzi, likes this band's music, and that's something. I mean, yeah, it's just basically junior high school all over again with this song. Like all the toxicity and the drama and all of that bullshit. And when it rains, this side of town it touches, but that at the bottom of the block is full. Here we go. Oh, how could you do it? Oh, I never saw it coming. Now this song is basically another breakup song, which in my opinion makes sense. I mean, the audience of this album is pretty much hormonal teens in their 13, 14, 15, 16s or something like that. And aside from the puberty-induced anxiety and depression, man, I feel like majority of the people in that age are just rushing to get into a relationship or something. Like, what the hell is up with that? I mean, aside from that, this song is pretty fresh to listen to. I mean, most of the songs that we've listened to far are pretty energetic, while this one has a more somber, sad tone to it. Just pretty new to listen to in my opinion. But yeah, aside from that, it's pretty dope. Now this next track is called Let the Flames Begin. I haven't listened to this song since now, so this is pretty new to me. And yeah, as I've said before, the other thing that teenagers mind about is their own hormonal induced anxiety and depression. I feel like that side kind of like encapsulates this song in my opinion. Yeah, that feeling of like everyone's out to get you, or like the world's against you or something like that. If you haven't felt that way when you were going through puberty, this must be nice. And yeah, in comparison to the other tracks, I really feel like this one is more relatively tame in comparison to the other energetic tracks in this album, even though Hailey is singing her heart out on some parts of this track. But yeah, still good song nevertheless, but yeah. Yeah, I really feel like puberty is just one of those stages in life where it kind of like makes or breaks you as a person, where it's gonna help you like ramp up into this path of personal development and growth, or if not done right, it's gonna make you spiral down into like more toxicity and like more hurtful things in your life. So for this song, it's like she's waiting for this external spark in her life or something to make her go and urge her to develop her life better. But in my experience, those like urge or like things that you want to do to make yourself better and your life better, is that the spark's gotta come from within you, which I really feel like is something that she's realized on the song Last Hope. This is like a bit of hindsight as well, but like that's really the thing that I want to talk about. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this song also reflects the band's growth as well, especially that of the songwriter. I mean, I don't know who wrote this, probably Hailey, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, even band members have the right to grow as a person continually, and it's just being reflected here in the album. I mean, no one is expected to get life right on the first try anyway, so yeah. I mean, with a bit of hindsight, I really feel like it's such a nice trajectory from this album to like shows the emotional maturity that the band has as they produce more albums down the road. So next up we have Crush Crush Crush. Let's go listen to it. I got a lot to say to you. seem to pursue a quiet evening alone. Still a good song, no debate about that I think. Pretty nice song to bang your head to. Kinda hoping that I have longer bangs now.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that all of us knows that innocence isn't something that you can restore. I mean, I guess there's like 3 stages in life that you need to go through. First thing is that you're pretty naive about life still. It's like everything still looks wonderful and beautiful and life on the outside and all of that stuff. Then the second one is that you come to realize that some people are just jerks and like some things in life aren't gonna get in your way, so you get cynical. And yeah, I feel like this song is basically on the second stage where they finally realize that everything in life is out there to get you or some stuff like that, which is usually brought upon by puberty and all of that hormones and stuff. It's just a rough time to live in. But the most important part is that it's gonna get better, and it's really important for you to mature to go through the third phase, which is called the wisdom part. I have no idea what I'm saying. So next up we have Fences. This song feels theatrical for some reason. Kind of reminds me of Broadway or something like that. So I guess that the fences are between Paramore and their fans, or like music listeners, or like onlookers who are looking from the outside inwards, or like those who wants to become musicians and get a career in the industry as well. It's kind of like demystifying the music industry, kind of like reminding everyone that even though the thing that we're doing here looks good, like singing songs, going on tours and concerts and all of that, it also has its downside, so it's not really the good life, as you might call it. So it's kind of like them doing a reality check on the people that are listening, as well as on themselves as well. I mean, if not handled well, this music thing or like this career could be the very poison that could be their undoing as well. It's a pretty unique track when it comes to the theme of the message of the song is concerned. In that regard, it's a pretty nice track to listen to. It's pretty refreshing. So for the last track, we have Born for This.
No, I don't feel any pressure right now.
Even though the angst is still there, it's kind of like has this much more hopeful note to it. And like even though all these things happen from like breakups and like puberty, I mean, do you realize how painful and hard it is to go through a breakup while you're going through puberty? Because I don't. So it all works out in the end. It has been 7, 6, 5 years since this was released, but it's still pretty great in my opinion. I mean, the songs in the album are pretty dynamic in my opinion. It's ever changing. It doesn't feel like the songs are pretty much the same if compared to one another. There's always something that gives its own quality, like its own personality, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I mean, the songs in this album are pretty much different if compared to one another. There's always something in it that's just give it its own outstanding quality, or like what makes it unique. I mean, the only thing that's constant in these songs are Hailey's singing voice, which is just too good. And yeah, as I've said before, this album really hits its target audience. I mean, it's pretty much for those who are like teenagers who's going through tough time in their lives. And ironically, I really feel like this album has become like the therapy sessions. This is like the album that they rely on for like emotional support or some stuff like that. I mean, even though you're pretty angsty, at least you'd want to dance listening to this. So you're angsty, but you're grooving, so I see it as a win-win. And yeah, after this album, they've released a few more after this. And then Hailey's wedding happened, and then they broke up. But they're still here, making wonderful music still, and it's still the Paramore that I know and love. So again, Paramore, Riot. Thank you guys for reaching this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below, so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And if you guys would like me to react to anything else, just comment it down below as well, and I'll try to do it for you. And if you guys would like to watch my other reaction videos, just click these ones right here. It's all good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.